Putukan sa Senado. Ito po yun. Putukan sa Senado. Sino po ba ang tama na reporting?
Sila ang unang nag-imbestiga. And after the conduct of investigation by the Pasay City Police Station, the records of investigation was referred to the concerned prosecution office in Pasay City the next day, particularly to be exact, May 14, 4 p.m. ng hapon.
Yun.
And then, in the continuing investigation,
Tingnan natin kung
ang
sino talaga yung tama ang report.
and detection group for the unearthing of records, facts, mga kailangan nating ebidensya to come up with a conclusions and recommendations, findings, conclusions, and recommendations. At ito pong pag-unearth natin.
Mga kababayan, mga ka-Bonets, ito po yung pinagtatalunan na may discrepancy sa report. Sinasabing iba ang report sa NBI, iba ang report sa OSAA, pero huwag kayong mag-alala dahil merong CCTV at ano ba ang nilalaman. Ito ang magpapaliwanag at mag-e-explain kung sino ang mas tumutugma na report, NBI or ang OSAA. Panoorin po natin mga ka-Bonets, mga kababayan. Feel free to put your comment and reaction. Sa mga gustong magpa-shout out, mag-comment lang po.
Ng investigation, lalong-lalo ng mga facts, lalong-lalo na last Friday, the Department of Justice have sent out directive to turn in all records of investigation papunta po sa Department of Justice. And then therefore, in compliance with the directive, we will be submitting the records of investigation to the Department of Justice, including the earlier records that was submitted to referred to Pasay City Prosecutor's Office last Thursday 4 p.m. And so we have, meron po tayong
Slideshow.
okay.
Slide.
So ito po yung ating records
Slide.
from the proverbs from the CIDG.
Take note, it is called a gun-related incident. Okay, gun-related incident.
This is a gun-related incident, meaning there is
Yes.
a discharge of firearm in the premises of the Senate building last May 13. And
Okay.
this, as shown, ito po yung timeline. Minabuti natin na ilahad na before the actual shooting, to be exact, is actual discharge of firearm, that was about 7:45 p.m. kung titignan nyo. But before that, makita muna natin kung ano yung mga events before the actual shooting, and even after the discharge of firearm at 7:45, we extended up to 2:30 a.m. where Senator Bato de la Rosa escaped and or went out at the premises of the Senate building. Material po yon. So all of this will be sent to forwarded to our beloved Secretary of Justice. So at 5:23 p.m. Nakita natin and or documented that Senator Bato de la Rosa have appeal to the public for support over some social media platform. At 5:58 p.m., the Senate adjourned its session, and 6:14 p.m., Supreme Court did not issue TRO. Meron pong nilabas yun. And at 6:57 p.m., OSAA Major General Mau Aplasca announced that somebody will be arrested. And pag titignan nyo na up to shooting incident na 7:45 p.m., discharge of firearm up to 10 p.m., up to the time na 2:30 p.m. Next slide. Okay, ito po yung 5:23 p.m. documented. Next. Okay, the adjournment of the session of the same day. Next. This is the document that will show that the Supreme Court did not issue a TRO on the petition of Senator De La Rosa. Okay. Mawa Plaska announced that they are going to arrest somebody. Take note of the time, 6:57 p.m.
Sino kayang huhuliin nila doon?
Okay, at 7:05, nag-lockdown ang ating Senate
Sino huhuliin nila?
for security. And at 7:11 p.m., the Congress article of impeachment is being ready to be received to the Senate, such that several minutes after, next, at 7:22 p.m., it was hand over physically to the Senate. Next. At 7:45 p.m., gunshots was heard inside the Senate premises.
Inside?
Take note of the time, it's 7:45 p.m. Next. And staff officials have announced that there was perceived NBI entered the Senate. Then next, at 8:39 p.m., we have pronouncement by the NBI that they were not involved in the shooting incident. Next. At 9:35, of course, our beloved SILG rushed to the Senate to ensure that maging stable yung lugar doon. Okay, and upon the request of officials from the Senate, particularly several senators. So up to the time that the Senator De La Rosa was seen leaving the Senate premises at about 2:30 a.m., madaling araw na ng the next day, May 14. So it's approximately about 6 hours after the shooting. Next. Okay. So on days before, one day before the actual shooting and or discharge of firearm, May 12 particularly, umaga pa lang ng May 12, may nag-coordinate na po na nagko-coordinate na ang GSIS security officials and the OSAA security officials with regards to the security on GSIS. Okay, that will show that there was really a meeting. Take note that this one day before May 13. May 13 is Wednesday. Nagko-coordinate na po sila. Okay, next. And the next day, meron pong nag-implement po ng red alert status ang GSIS. So, naglabas po, in effect, naglabas siya ng direktiba sa hapon ng May 13, particularly May 21 po nilabas. Next. The GSIS security officer conducted inspection and identified nine areas, particularly nitong Wednesday na ng umaga or hapon, citing to tighten the security as shown yung A to I, particularly yung Gate 1 sa Jokno, Gate 2 on Macapagal Avenue, the GSIS Senate Common Gate, yung Common Gate po doon, yung in between, and the Kalayaan Garden. Kalayaan Garden is on the northern part of the Senate premises, and northern as well as the GSIS premises. We have yung pang-E, outdoor canteen hallway leading to the Kalayaan Garden. And itong glass door core level 5 hanggang helipad po ng level 6, level 7 and level 8. Next. So in the afternoon of May 13, that is a Wednesday, may mga NBI na po na pumunta sa premises ng GSIS. This is to in response to the request of the GM Biloso of the GSIS, kasi nagre-request sila to fortify the security of the GSIS. So meron pong pumunta kaagad na 3 NBI agents, and yung pinakita ko kaninang mga lugar, those are the things that the areas that they will going to fortify and or secure further. So next, ito po yung arrival ng ating mga NBI agents at the GSIS main building. Yes, sir. Teka muna, merong letter yon, pakitignan. In effect, their presence was backed up by a letter properly received at about 5:08 p.m. of the same day. Okay, ito po yung mga NBI agents.
Dahan-dahan silang naglalakad naman eh.
There are 29 NBI
Mukhang
agents.
hindi yung pupunta sa gera.
Kasing investigation natin, ang nakuha pa lang natin nakita through CCTVs is 21. And
Iba.
after the
Ayon sa aking assessment.
of the continuing investigation, we accounted 29 of them.
Please take note that none of the NBI agents had tactical gear with them. They were dressed as NBI agents. Clearly,
Nilinaw din yan na wala silang full, kumbaga yung mga gamit na loaded sa mga bala.
identified, nakalagay. But none of them had tactical gear with them. They did not have a battering ram. They did not have provisions for shake charges to breach any door. So let's just make that clear.
Okay, to continue, please.
Ano kayang ibig sabihin nun?
These were the footages on malapit na to sa area kung saan nag-disburse ng firearm.
This is the NBI, this is the GSIS canteen, which is adjacent to the Senate second floor.
Okay, next.
Yung pinaliwanag ulit.
Okay. Again, site inspection at level 2 or second floor.
Second floor.
1 p.m. Out of the 29,
Shoutout po sa mga viewers natin dyan at sa mga nanonood ng replay. Tuloy natin. Sino kaya ang pinakamalapit na report dito?
there are 4 female NBI agents. Okay. Next. Okay. Minutes before the gunfires were heard, ay merong naririnig din na
Yung nagbabarena.
when you are inside the Senate premises and as
Marinig
well as
talaga.
GSIS premises. Sa GSIS premises,
So, totoo din yung sabi na meron silang naririnig na kasi sa kabila, Senado na yun.
particularly at the ground floor, may pinto po doon na steel door na pinortify ng ating maintenance or security ng GSIS. So yun po ay recorded, and this is the proof that this was recorded.
For the information of the body, all entrances from GSIS, Senate to GSIS, or yes, GSIS to Senate. Since early in the morning, we're being fortified by the GSIS maintenance. They had duly informed the maintenance of the Senate that there was going to be drill work going on in all the doors. Senate connecting.
Dito nagkaroon ng discrepancy kasi sinasabi doon sa OSAA wala silang coordination or wala man lang abiso na ganyan, lalo na yung drilling, kasi kung alam nila hindi sila magtataka, otherwise hindi natin alam.
Of the GSS connecting to the Senate. So again, the GSIS management, the Senate maintenance management had information that there was going to be fortification of doors in the GSIS area. So hindi gulatan to because conspiracy theories were abounding, but they were duly informed.
Okay. So there was a drilling, and the drilling sound maririnig, and they put bolt after drilling. I think several bolts were put, and then naglagay ng mga steel cabinet. And that is in the ground floor or first floor. Take note of the time.
Sa nababasa ko ba't ngayon lang nila ginawa na itaon na andon si Senator Bato? So pumapasok sa isip ko, sa assessment ko, para mabantayan at walang ibang dadaanan talaga. Siguro ganun, no? Kasi andon si Senator Bato, isang factor 'yon kung bakit nila inaano yung mga, para walang ibang daanan.
That is 7:39 p.m.
For the information of the body also, the GM found it better to secure the entrances going into GSIS because Senator Bato had called for a people power movement, and had there been anarchy in the building, the
Ganun ba yun?
GSIS contains
Bilis naman.
billions of pesos of worth of.
Yung sabi niya, because kailan lang siya kailan lang siya nag-live nung gabi na, di ba? Yung mga sabi niya, yung nagre-repair sila, mukhang
Artworks that are displayed in their walls. Had there been an overflow of people going to GSIS, the losses would have been incredible. So it was better, he found it better for them to secure the doors so that there would be no commotion going inside to the GSIS building.
Next slide.
okay.
The next
Kung gabi na
slide,
yung drilling,
will
kung
show
gabi na, baka
what
gabi na pala.
happened after
Gabi na yun.
drilling in the ground floor.
Gabi na
Then
pala
go
yun.
to second floor, and this will show the second floor area. On the right side is merong pinto doon coming from, if you're inside, you have to, on the right side merong hagdan doon. But before the hagdan, may
Gabi yun kasi yung gunshot is gabi naman yun di ba? Mga 7:45. So gabi na pala yun. Parang maliwanag kasi doon sa kwarto
may bintana, and merong pinto. And this area, in this CCTV, was requested or nakuha natin, secured from the CCTV of the Senate. This shows the NBI agents coming from the first floor kasi one by one sila paakyat. If marirecall mo, marirecall nyo po, ang sinabi ko kanina, there are areas A to I.
Just to add, this
Shout out po sa mga viewers natin. Ito po yung full recorded footage mula sa CCTV.
CCTV footage was from the Senate CCTV room, not the GSIS. So, the Senate security had full view of the people who were on that floor. Take note that none of the elements are in tactical gear. None of them were All of them were just in conference. None of them were in formation to attack the Senate.
Parang relax
They were
sila.
just checking out every floor that was in danger.
That's correct, sir. And we take note of the timeline. The timeline is 6:52 p.m. up to 7:01 p.m. Wherein 6:52 sila dumating sa area na yon, and then they left that area at 7:01
7:01. Yung
for the
putok,
appreciation
7:45.
of our dear Secretary of Justice. And take note, nung umalis na sila, at 7:02 p.m. particularly, dalawa po ang naiwan dyan,
Dalawa.
NBI agent.
7:02.
Agent Darwin Francisco and De Leon.
7:02. Umalis.
Antonio De Leon.
Tama yung dalawa na sabi na silip na dalawang
So
nakaupo.
makikita nyo dyan, dalawa sila. They are with the uniform of NBI.
Nasaan ang baril?
And naglagay lang ng upuan dun sa may hagdan.
Nasaan ang baril na kung halimbawa, kung,
Take note of the
ito.
time that is they started the post.
May kwento kasi si Aplaska na nung may tumutunog, may nakita, sumilip sila, may nakita siyang naaninag niyang nakaupo. Tama yung sinasabi na tinanong niya kung sino sila. Nagpakilala silang NBI. Tapos, doon sa interview na, itong sinasabi ko ay nasa interview na si Aplaska, yung OSAA Sergeant at Arm. Pwede ninyong mapanood yun. Tatlo pa, marami yung interview niya. Na instead na ibaba yung baril, sabi daw ang ginawa ng NBI, tinaas ang NBI. So ngayon, dito sa nakikita natin, mayroong upuan nga, dalawa yung natira. Hindi ko makita yung baril dyan, kung may baril sila. Ano sa palagay nyo? Parang magkakaalaman talaga, hindi magsisinungaling yung mga CCTV.
Themselves there at 7:02. And take note the earlier my earlier statement that that place is within the jurisdiction or control of the GSIS. Okay, next slide. At 7:44
7:44.
p.m. 42 minutes after
Ito na yung sa loob.
on the second floor veranda. Ito
Okay,
Si
General
Aplaska.
call the pause, please, pause. Pause.
Yung mga kasamahan.
Rewind, please, to when General Plaska was addressing the units. Rewind 15 seconds.
Parang pinuntahan.
At that moment, General Plaska called in the OSAA operatives, including the PNP and the
May
Marines,
PNP din
and
pala sa
gave the order to lock and load. So, in his order, you could see the Marines were cocking their guns. So it was lock and load. After which he proceeded to the hallway leading to the doorway where the NBI were previously reconnoitering. Okay, proceed.
okay. So that's the video when they organize themselves to go to the area.
Ang defense nila, walang coordination
Note
kaya
that pause please. Pause please. General Aplaska did it in full view of the press. In full view of the press, he gave the order to lock and load, and he asked them to follow. He allowed them to follow up to a certain point. In normal situations, if there is a perceived confrontation, you will clear the building of all personnel.
Oo, one point din yun.
Possible straight fire. However, he allowed them to follow. Okay, proceed please.
Okay. So This is one angle of the video going to the exit door, going to the veranda.
Veranda.
As you can see, pause please. Pause.
Medyo,
The
medyo
Marines are in
nakagulo
single
konti.
formation according to their training, staying to the side of the wall. Okay, proceed.
Followed by the PNP.
Followed by the PNP who formed a perimeter line at the very end, at the end of the hallway. Proceed.
Next.
Next, take note of this time. This is the CCTV footage taken at the veranda. The CCTV footage is owned by the Senate. They requested it and binigay naman. At this will show, kung matatanda nyo kanina, 6:50 something, 6:52 p.m. up to 7:01. Dumating yung bulk of NBI. And then, this is the actual video wherein makikita nyo may burst of fire. Merong usok.
Just to also be clear, makita nyo during the video na may mga lights na dumadaan. Hindi po putok ng baril yun. Those are insects that are flying across the lens. But we will show you clouds of smoke and possible muzzle fire that actually occurred. Kasi makikita nyo mamaya may gumagalaw-galaw eh. Baka akala nyo nagpuputukan. Hindi po nagpuputukan yan. Those were instruments of, those were insects. Look at that. Insects yung gumagalaw. Okay, go proceed.
Oh, parang very... ano yun? Insect
14
man.
p.m. 7:46 yung operator. Makikita natin dito the first approximate time of a burst of fire. Yan, may usok na.
Teka ba na? Rewind please, 3 minutes. Yan. Yung nasa may upuan siya. According to testimony of General Aplaska himself, he opened the door and he asked, "Sino ka?" The agent identified himself as NBI. Shortly thereafter, he fired 3 shots into the, not exactly to the direction, but 3 shots towards the to the vicinity of the NBI agent. And the fire, you can see the muzzle fire, the blast. Pakita mo, General. Rewind please, rewind. 10 seconds. Yan. 1, 2, 3. 3 firearms. 4. Yan, papapag ko sila.
Nag-withdraw.
The NBI agent withdrew behind the air conditioning duct units. And because he was being fired upon, he discharged a cover fire. Yeah, 1. Take note that the cover fire was because he was under the impression that he was under attack. 2, 3.
Take note na yung muzzle niya naka...
It was not pointed towards the Senate. It was pointed as cover fire because he was retreating.
Ano yun? Oh?
Okay, and then play.
Okay. Okay, next CCTV. So, the next
So, anong assessment nyo dyan?
At this point, the officer in charge instructed the agents, do not engage. So, they retreated. He was waiting for them. There was no, that's not a gunfire. He was waiting. The instructions were, do not engage. Agent Ledesma ba? Ledesma ba yung, sino yung, ano? De Leon. De Leon was in retreat. He was waiting. He was waiting. Forward a little. Forward. There. Then that was after the exchange. That was after the cover fire. He looked behind if there was anyone following him. and they both retreated towards the canteen.
Dalawa sila.
Back. This place, tandaan nyo, back. Back.
Back.
Rewind.
Rewind. Doon sa former slide, not that one. Former slide. Sige, play mo yan. Ito yung makikita natin, that CCTV video is placed, the area is beyond this place. Okay, next.
Daming nanonood.
To further explain, play mo to. Play this video.
Ang dami yun. Sige.
Oras na.
Yan yung parang may...
Hey.
Anong lalabas na pinakamalapit na tamang report yan?
This video is owned by the Senate. So we requested this video. And meron din tayo. Yung area, dito na yan. And then, this is the boundary, may pinto. Beyond that is yung second floor. Nandyan yung mga OSAA personnel, including the Marines and Police.
Hmm.
Before that one. Sige. Okay. Up. Take note, nakababa yung baril niya. Muzzle down. This is an NBI agent when he was being accosted and or being challenged by the OSAA General Aplaska. Okay, next slide. Next slide.
Sino kaya ang nag-aano dito?
Video footage
Nagsasabi ng totoo dito.
if you are inside the building at the second floor. That one is Gemel Ledesma, sir. OSAA personnel, yung unang-una.
So, pause. If you can see, pause please. Pause. If you can see, the certain Mr. Ledesma, member of the OSAA, was speaking through the window. Sumilip siya dyan. Rewind nyo na konti, 5 seconds. Rewind na konti, 5 seconds. And there he is, stop, go, and look. He bent down, and he was speaking through the window kung sino on the doon. So clearly he saw that there was one person in the premises. Okay, continue. Stop. Where is Mr. Aplaska? Dito.
Aplaska, the one being held by...
The one being held by the back?
Yes.
That is General Aplaska. Okay, watch this.
Holding a long firearm.
He was holding a Scorpion CZ 9mm pistol carbine. Okay.
Nag-arrange ulit sila.
Further, go.
Inside.
He opened the door. Asked. At that point, I think he was asking. And at that point, the NBI agent was retreating.
Oo.
And there,
Tama din.
you could see that suddenly the reactions of the Marines were in ready position. We assumed that this is the first time shots were fired by General Aplaska.
Tama din.
He closed the door. Continue.
Na-alarma dyan, tama din. Walang coordination din talaga. Kasi hindi siya na-alarm lang ganun kung... Hindi siya matatakot kung alam niyang merong pumunta na NBI, kasi ang alam ng hindi usually hindi
The officer to
pupunta.
the right is
Muslim
Officer
police daw.
Security Guard. She was not there at that time.
Ay, tita. Maisingit ko lang. Based daw sa history, ang Muslim talaga pumupunta. Halimbawa, kung halimbawa, for the sake of argument is nag-request ang may trabaho daw according sa experience ni Senator Alan is PNP daw at hindi NBI. Pero yun lang naman yung sagot nila sa pahayag nila. Tuloy natin. Pero tama din kasi sumilip may nakita
In a few seconds, mamamatay ang ilaw. There. They turned off the lights. The emergency lights went on. There. Emergency lights goes on in a few seconds. But there you could see the muzzle fire from the left. 1, 2, go play.
Ini good.
Plaska went out. Okay, continue. Then he came back. Continue. You can see muzzle fire. Plaska pointed the gun towards the window and tried to discharge the firearm. However, the gun jammed. He tried again, the gun jammed, and then his aide fixed the gun for him.
Ano yung tinatamaan niya dyan? Warning shot lang. Ang dami.
After which, he discharged the firearm again. Mind you, there was nobody there. There was no shots being fired at them. Okay? After the last fire, this one of the 40 caliber, sinong agent ba to? One last fire?
Montilla, sir.
Okay, they retreated. Okay? So, this is the retreat.
So, anong ibig sabihin ng mga yan? So, yun yung sa mga CCTV yan yung kaganapan sa loob ng Senado, building ng Senado.
Okay, from all available video footage, from the time the door was opened and the first shots were fired until the last shot was fired, it took all of 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So you can see them here in retreat. The Marines are still holding steady in formation. Entry ba to? Entry pa pala to.
Enter.
This is another footage. There, the press was held back, but they could see. Yung office ni Ligarde yata sa tabi, di ba? Office ba ni Ligarde sa tabi niya? Yung dulo or just around the corner. Okay? Saan ka nakakita na may shootout sa bay? Okay?
So, no nag-withdraw na sila.
Retreat, take note of the time.
Because the first shot was
Ayan, ini-stop nila yung siguro mga media ang mga yun, media. Parang nakita ko din sa kabilang media ng taga stream media kaya ang nakukuha sila papunta sa pintuan. Ito galing sa CCTV. Ito yung pinipigilan nila yung mga media na lumapit. O yun. Ito yung pinatay ng ilaw. Nakita ko yung kabilang side Ang kumuha si Mon yata yun. Video ni Mon. Mon ang pangalan sa stream media.
Forward, please. Forward. Next slide. Here is the picture of the NBI agents regrouping.
Regrouping. Shout out sa 8 viewers natin. 80. Gawin kong 80 na lang, no? Para hindi halata na 8.
This is footage from Channel 5.
Ano yun? Interview? Uy. Ano pala?
Okay. I arrived there approximately 8:35, after which I met with the senators and I gave instructions for the PNP to do mopping up operations, clearing operations in case we did not know the nature of the incident yet. Yet I instructed them to mop up the building to see if there are any unwanted persons in the area. Now, there was a report of, we will show it later, of
So, andyan ka pala, Mr. Tambi. Ayun. Nilagyan na kasi nila ng narrative nakakitang-kita sa video ng mga bodycam ng NBI na umamin na sila doon. May napanood nga ako Yung pinutukan din namin yung may nagsasabi na ganun, pero wala na Ito yung interpretation na nila ito. Maraming mga private na video galing sa mga, pero tumutugma naman na tumingin, sumilip si Oplaska. Pero yung sa bagay, security guard sila Ang nag-alarm siguro sa kanila is yung may nagdi-drilling, kaya na tignan nila. Anong walang shot fired ng NBI Kita na nga ang videos ng body cams. Tapos sa report, positive naman na may gunpowder. Pero ang defense naman ni Director NBI, sabi niya, nung nahuli yung driver yung volunteer, ay pinasok sa loob, pinadapa, baka possible daw na humawak doon sa dumapa. Grabe namang ewan kung yun. Andun na sila sa pader ng opisina ng Senate, kundi nag-warning shot nakapasok ng NBI doon. Yun nga din po yung pero ito report ng kaya dito sino yung paniniwalaan natin dito, kasi alangan naman magsinungaling si yung sergeant at arm. Kinuwento lang din niya yung niya. Unang-una sabi niya, bakit hindi sila walang coordination, walang nag-coordinate. Siyempre ma-alarma. Kaya tuloy natin.
A tactical bag being left at the scene. It was the bag of the NBI agent who was guarding that door. It was retrieved by a certain Mr. Masaya. And his job was simply to retrieve the bag. He was not armed. He had identification with him, but he was arrested because at the fog of war, you were not sure of what his role was. So here is Zian Ambrosio, who was embedded into the operation by accident. She was not invited. It was by accident.
Bakit positive sa gunfire?
Okay.
Posi-
Until
positive,
now,
eh.
I was in the premises. It was not clear to us what was happening. Okay. Now, shortly thereafter, forward it. Next slide.
Pangtakip kung ano.
Okay. General, please explain the cartridges that were found.
Documented CCTV videos, and of course after the clearing operation, including the clearing of the bag that was left dun sa veranda kanina, SOCO operations were conducted. And during the SOCO operations, material to that is, of course, there was a discharge of firearm or shooting incident. We need to get pieces of evidence, particularly the fired cartridges. So in total, we have the SOCO recovered 4 fired cartridges. 44 fired cartridges. Particularly, merong 5.56 na na-recover doon sa veranda area outside, actually going to the garden in front of the canteen. Doon sa area na pinag-withdrawhan ni
This was consistent upon the agent who fired cover fire on his retreat as he was being fired upon by the fire was being directed to him by the OSAA.
SAA.
5.56 na cartridges na nahanap.
S.
The others dyan,
SA.
as well as doon sa outdoor yon, 5 pieces 5.50, and another outdoor doon kanina yung BI, there are 3 9mm fired cartridges. Okay, we have recovered also 5 metallic fragments, and as well as 3 lead core dun sa outdoor na yun, but this is hindi ma-recognize ang ating ballistics. Okay. We have also dun sa loob ng Senate, before exiting yung exit door, there are 9 pieces caliber 40 fired cartridges, as well as 27 9mm fired cartridges, and 1 live ammo. Live ammo, meaning nalaglag na ammunition ng 9mm. Aside from that, may nakita tayong bullet hole on the door, the window, and the direction of
yung 5.56. As you can see,
fired from 1 firearm.
to take note, the discharge fragments from firearm numbers 1, 2, and 4 were accounted for. The 23 other bullets are not identified with any of the 3 guns presented. We asked General Plasca to appear to submit his firearm, but he did not appear.
Take note of
Siyempre,
the
baril niya yung ano eh.
our report, the SOCO report, that the entry, or there's no bullet hole going inside the Senate. Okay, next. Okay, so those were the records of investigation.
Walang
that,
bullet.
we will be sending to the Department of justice, for their appreciation. And now,
There is one more video that occurred at 2:30 a.m. Amidst all the confusion.
Yun yung pag-alis
One more
ni
video, please. The last video.
Senator Bato.
So we had been doing clearing up operations. To clear that area took us several hours. But at approximately 2:30, please play the video.
Loading daw po.
Okay, it's loading. Give us 1 minute. Remember, please be reminded that General Bato de la Rosa was declared under protective custody of the Senate, as attested to by the Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano. That means they take full responsibility over his custody. Next.
Hala. Sabi niya. Hala. Anong sabi niya? Hey. Haya, nakakapanghinayang talaga. Sayang yung dami ng rangko mo. Nartais kaya pala may TA. Nortates. Ito yung magtatanong na itong mga media. See, first question. Paano kaya kung lalabas din yung mga video na nakuhaan ng nagsasalita? Huh? First question.
One last video before we end this.
Ay, hinahanap nila yung video eh. Yung, alam ko yun, yung
Hindi nila.
paano umalis si Senator Bato. Kasi ang nangyari
Loading
kasi
na ba?
dito mga kabonets,
Ayun na. Okay? Hindi ba yan? Hindi ba yan?
iisip sila kung ito ay planado, yung pag-alis ni Senator
The
Bato
last
o
video.
ialis, o kaya yung isa is yung huhuliin talaga si
The very last
last
video.
video, yung
Kasi ang daming
2:30 a.m.
Yeah, 2:30 a.m.
2:30 a.m.
sana yung mga reporter dyan. Tanong na po kayo dyan para malinawan po kayo. Tanong nyo, nasaan po yung mga iba? Paano kung may lalabas na mga video na sinasabing nakuhaan?
Okay, while waiting.
Okay, go ahead.
Mike.
Ito na pala yung video. Ito na.
Yun.
Sandali lang This is the picture of the vehicle leaving a Fortuner that belongs to Senator Robin Hood.
Robin
Padilla.
Hood.
This is the picture of Bato during all the chaos. But the
Daming
last
tao.
video, the next video please. The last video. Next one. Next one. Next video please. Next. That is them getting away. Next video please. Next one.
Next slide.
Getting away.
No, yung... Okay, we'll take questions first while we're waiting for the video.
Question.
Mary na GMA 7.
Sec, nandito po kayo ngayon sa Malacanang. Have you reported all of this to the President and what were his instructions to you?
He is in knowledge of this already, but he has no instructions yet.
What's next? The Justice Secretary, sir? Ano
Oo,
ang
okay.
susunod?
Yes, ang susunod nito, this afternoon, no, around lunchtime, I received a report already from the NBI and I turned it over to the panel of prosecutors who will be conducting the investigation. Similarly, I believe after this, General Artates will be turning over the report to the Department of Justice. And in similar route, it will go to the panel and it will all be evaluated.
DOJ
Nakita
sir.
nyo naman mga kababayan ko, no? Compelling yung mga that have been unearthed, but we still need to verify and validate, no?
Verify, okay.
The DOJ will not
Verify.
take this as is, no? We will check on the timelines, we will check on the source of the video.
Verify pa rin yan.
Everything. Kasi sa dulo nito, kailangan yung katotohanan lang.
Oh, yun. Yung maganda. Paano kung may lalabas pa ng mga ibang video na may na may voice, yung dinig na ang voice. Paano kung may lalabas? Yan kasi diyan walang voice na lumabas, ang nagnanarrate sino yan, yung police, tapos si DILG Janvic. Paano kung may mga video na may mga boses, paano yun pag ganun? Nagtatanong lang naman.
Liability, sir, based on what you have seen so far, compelling as you described it. Sino-sino ho mga posibleng managot dito?
We've identified, but I don't want to preclude yung panel natin, no? Pero medyo malawak, no? Ang tinitingnan nga ng panel natin, based on my order, is not only for the May 13 and May 14. Ang pinatitingnan natin, look at the totality of circumstances, which started May 11. So lahat ng timelines na yan, from May 11 to May 14, titingnan ng ating panel. As to the kung sino culprit, ayaw ko muna i-preempt, no? As to the type of cases that will be filed, again, I don't want to preempt my panel.
Sorry, sir, one last question on from my end. Ini-insist po ni Director Matibag ng NBI from the beginning, walang NBI agents sa Senado
Yun.
nung gabing yon. But there were in fact 29 agents, perhaps not in the Senate, but in the same building.
Just to clarify, it is the GSIS compound, and they were in the GSIS premises. They were at
Yun ang tanong. Ba't sabihin na wala? Kaya sabihin mo, doon mismo, GSIS, Senado, doon magkasama, doon pa ni isang building. Di ba? Kasi kapag sinabi mong wala, maaalarma ka talaga. Kasi, ito, reaction ko lang ito. Kasi, isang building, sinasabi ng isang building, kahit yung Senado, halos sakop ng GSIS. Pero dahil sa yung security sergeant at arm, nagbabantay sila, at sinabing walang NBI, biglang may makita silang malapit doon, anong first talaga na gagawin nila? So, tama lang ang ginawa ni, doon sa testimony ni Aplaska, tama, tugma. Ang sabi niya, kung nagsabi lang sila na may mga NBI dyan, hindi sila ma-alarma na ganun. Lalo na yung nila yung drilling. Kasi paulit-ulit din ang sinabi ni na Aplaska na walang coordination, hindi namin alam. Okay. Yun yung side nila. Dito kasi, may mga NBI na pumasok doon kasi pero ang dami nila, no? Wala silang mga barit. Tapos tama din, may upuan, may dalawang naiwan. Ang problema doon, ang iniinsist nila, walang coordination, walang nagsabi. Tapos sinabi, ito na nga
by the
Hindi natin alam kung sino yung nagsisinungaling na dito.
GM of the GM Vic Veloso to secure the premises. So when he said that there was no NBI agent in the Senate, there was none. They never set foot inside the building. They were in the same complex but not in the same area.
Yun yung punto ni Aplaska na wala, makakita sila katabi lang. Anong purpose nun? Kaya yung first reaction bilang sergeant at arm, yun yung sinabi niya, di ba? Kung siguro sinabi na meron coordination, kasi dati based sa nakaraan history according to yung mga nagbabantay doon, coordinated daw yun. Kahit ano pa man yan na coordinated. Nagtaka lang itong si Aplaska bakit hindi coordinated. Yun yung big question mark.
But it was an important bit of information, sir, that there was in fact an operation by the NBI in the GSIS building na magkadugtong lang po.
Yes.
Ito lang ang pagitan sa Senado at GSIS.
Yun yung
Yes,
punto.
they were there under the guidance of the GSIS to secure the GSIS premises.
Was it also to secure or to prevent Senator De La Rosa from perhaps going through that route?
No, the
GSIS?
the bigger worry really was the call for people power, and if there were anarchy and it spilled over to the next building. Oh, for those of you who have been to GSIS buildings, there are billions of pesos worth of artworks on display, and if a mob appeared there and occupied, the damage would have been incalculable towards the GSIS.
Are we prepared to make a conclusion that this was staged or not staged?
No, the only conclusion is that there was no attack to the Senate.
But as to the if it was staged or not,
We cannot conclude that.
Next question, Marcela Lili, TV5.
Good afternoon. Sir, you mentioned that a day before the gunfire incident in the Senate, there was a security coordination meeting between OSAA and GSIS. Was na-inform ba yung OSAA that NBI will be there a day after the meeting?
That's a very good question, no? Yun yung laging ini-insist ni Aplaska na walang coordination.
You're going to have to ask them, but presumably, had there had been a coordination meeting between security, OSAA Major General Aplaska was present. The GSIS head of security Balba was present. So they were in coordination the day before.
But if the objective is to secure the artworks and prevent yung chaos due to possible people power, why
Uy.
did GSIS
Drill.
ask for assistance from NBI and not PNP?
Yun.
PNP was already guarding the front of the building. We had approximately 1,000 plus. In this case, he thought it more prudent that the NBI secure the area according to their capacity. But there is no distinction. We are both law enforcement officials. But the PNP was outside the Senate building already. The NCRPO Chief Abirin was there present together with approximately 800 policemen, 1,300 policemen already. So as is, we were stretched thin of how many policemen there were. So ang kinuha niya ay NBI.
But sir, you also mentioned earlier that Aplaska did not appear nung tinawag siya ng CIDG. So what will be the next step? Paano natin makukuha yung details from OSAA, from Aplaska?
We will be inviting again in another date for General Aplaska to appear. That is to finally identify the source of the 23 fired cartridges. Yun ang kailangan natin.
Sir, clarification lang. Yung sinabi po ninyo na 4 na individuals na nagpaputok ng baril, isa lang yung NBI. The rest are from OSAA.
Yes.
Okay. Secretary.
Teka muna. Nag-conclude ka na kaagad na 4 ang nagpaputok. What I'm saying is the 44 fired cartridges were fired from 4 firearms.
Okay, 4 firearms.
4 na baril.
Alright.
Pero hindi
I'm
ibig
also, if you want to take note of the video,
pwedeng isang tao, dalawang
upon
baril.
retreat, there was no order to secure the Senate. Because normally, in a heat of the moment like that, your first order would be secure the premises. However, he went straight out, and then he went straight to the press, and then he reported. There was nobody, because when I arrived, there was nobody securing the exact moment or the exact place where the incident took place. Isn't it odd that in an exchange of gunfire,
Mayayari ulit ito dito si ano.
if your mandate is to secure the building,
Daming,
that after
Teka.
there was a
ang daming mabubuong question mula sa mga media at sa mga taong bayan dito sa mga sagot nila. Ala. Lalo na pag may yung mga iba mahinahawakang video na galing sa mga media o sa mga mag-leak na video mula sa body cam ng mga nakasuot sa NBI, no? Dahil mayroong akong napanood sa FB nag-uusap sila, pinutukan ko din. Tapos yung kahit doon sa mag-drilling, naririnig yung usapan na, baka marinig nila. Yung parang nag-aalangan sila pero may nagkukuman. Paano kaya yung mga yun?
Gunfight. There was no perimeter security introduced into the area.
Secretary
Okay,
Defensor.
to add up about the physical evidence that were recovered, 44 cartridges.
44
For
firearms.
it came from 4 firearms. And to add up dun sa kung hindi pumunta about the subpoena issued to General Aplaska. Of course, we have other means to identify kung sino yung pangatlo or pang-apat na still to be identified. Why? Because we have CCTVs. The CCTVs will clearly show who fired the guns, and we have also testimonies from themselves also, tsaka mga ibang personalities present during the discharges of firearms.
Gagi ka naman. Alangan naman harangin ka, kausap mo sila.
Ano po yung sakit nun?
Sa simpleng pagkakaintindi po namin, no? Nung sinabing nasa protective custody nila, nasa kanila si Senator Bato. So, kaya pag wala na yung legal impediment to serve yung arrest warrant, di ba? Dapat pag hiningi sa kanila ng Department of Justice, ready dapat ang Senadong i-turn over si Senator Bato.
Kapag hindi po
Pero
nila
iniwan
i-turn
yung
over ng
protective
Senate
na
si
inoffer,
Senator Bato, what will happen?
Then that's something we need to decide at that moment, no? I don't want to preclude yung options, legal options sa Department of Justice and the entire executive department for that matter.
Next question.
Teka lang, may dadagdag lang ako. Tandaan nyo, no? Naghahanap pa kami ng ibang ebidensya. Very compelling, as I stated kanina. Yung pinakita sa atin yung report ni General Natrates at PNP. I commend them for that, no? Makakatulong ng malaki. Again, when I made the press briefing last Friday, I precisely asked for people to help us, no? To so that we shed light. At the end of the day, whether there was an attack, there was no attack, it's a conclusion. Depende kung ano yung pira-pirasong ebidensya. So ito ho yung mahalaga. Kung ano yung kahinat na nung titimbangin ho lahat ng panel natin.
Next question, Harley Balbuena, IBC 13.
Tama yung sagot niya, hindi sapat
Question is
yun
for
yung
Secretary Remulla,
report.
PNP Chief can
Marami
also
pang
answer.
dapat.
Sir, sabi po ni Secretary Remulla kanina, according to the testimony of Aplaska, he opened the door and asked, "Sino ka?" And shortly after, he fired 3 shots towards the vicinity of the NBI agent. So does that mean that there was an intent to cause injury? At hindi lang po warning shot yung ginawa ni Aplaska?
Linawin natin bago sasagot paulit-ulit na sinabi ni Aplaska na that's a warning shot na nagbibigay alarm na sila ay naka-ready. Yun pa yung niya. Korte Supreme na lang talaga, di nyo hawak. Di mula GSU, Ombudsman, Congress, Senate na lang talaga, pati tama. Buti DOJ yun yung sumagot na hindi lang sapat yan na maghahanap pa sila ng ibang. Tama yung sagot niya. Yung representative ng Supreme Court, di ba? Supreme Court ba yun? Tama ba? Mr. Tambi?
Kayo na ang makapag-conclude dyan.
Kasi ako, hindi rin ako satisfied dito sa okay yung report nila, pero parang may kulang pa. Siyempre sa side nila. Paano naman sa side ng report ng side ng OSAA? Yung buong report din.
Kung ano ang implication, I have...
Kaso nga lang, sinasabi nila na joint ito joint. So, pag joint, parang may kulang pa.
already submitted the pieces of evidence, still videos, still photographs as well as video, and it will be on the appreciation of our beloved Secretary of Justice or the committee to conclude and or make some kung anong mangyayari doon.
How about the shots fired by the NBI agents? Yun ba ay we can label them as cover fire or warning shots lang, wala pong hostile attack?
Okay. In our report, SOCO report, lahat po lahat ng nanggaling sa premises ng Senate, that is yung OSAA personnel towards outside. And dito sa outside, coming outside, going inside, wala po. And to add up,
Wala daw, ha?
wala po nagpaputok na Philippine Marines as a member of the OSAA as well as the members of the Philippine National Police.
Wala daw.
Thank you, Malacanang Press Corps. Balik sa iyo, si Claire.
Oh, kita niya. Oh, wala daw ha. Yung sinabi niya, wala daw. So, sa OSAA lang daw. Okay. So, kailangan din talagang makuha yung buong report. Sabagay, na-interview naman si Aplaska. Pero buuin nila. Tingnan na nila yung mga kung more evidence in videos. Kasi, paano yung mga ibang lumabas na nag-leak ng mga video? Alangan na AI ang mga yun, di ba? So, anyway, ang masasabi ko lang pa dito, maganda yung reporting nila. Kaso nga lang, hindi, siyempre sila na yung nag-e-explain. Hindi marinig kung ano yung pinag-uusapan doon sa video. So, yun ay report sa side ng PNP. Pero maganda yung sinasabi ni itong sa DOJ ba na okay, pero kulang pa. Naghahanap pa sila ng mga ibang ebidensya. Tama po yan. No, dahil alam ko, makakarating doon sa Department of Justice at doon magpapakitaan ng mga ebidensya. So, ito, reporting lang pero hindi pa yung buo. Para sa akin, hindi pa ito yung buo. Marami pang mga ebidensya na alam ko na andyan yung mga video, lalo na yung mga private at sa mga video ng NBI. Kasi may mga nag-leak na nauna na eh. Anyway, kung pinapanood mo ito ng replay, pwedeng magbigay ka dyan ng komento mo. Sino ba ang mas tamang report dito? Yung OSAA or yung NBI? Pero dito ay sa report ng NBI. Ang sinasabi ni Senator Cayetano kasi noon, mag-join. Pero hindi ko alam kung nag-join talaga. Mukhang hindi yata. So, tayo na lang manmanan natin itong mga pangyayari at abangan natin sa susunod kasi meron pang ibang pagpapatawag. Gusto nilang ipatawag muli si Aplaska, diba? Okay, maraming salamat sa mga nanood. Medyo konti yung nanood ngayon pero malay natin may mga sa replay, manood kayo. Kung gusto niyo yung ganitong pag-uusap, mga highlight, comment at opinion, then subscribe, like, and share this video para maiparating natin sa mga ibang mga kababayan natin. Shoutout sa iyo, Tambi, no? Maraming salamat sa laging pagbisita dito sa ating munting bahay. So, good night sa inyo. Bukas muli tayo magkita-kits. Pakisupport po yung mga short highlight video natin, mga 5 to 8 minutes na sa upload. Pakisupport po ang mga yun at magbigay kayo ng mga reaction po. So, pansamantala tayo ay